Hello everyone. Let's continue chapter 7 of history, that is the revolt of 1857. In this module we will discuss the remaining chapter. Let's start with events and places of the revolt. There were a lot of places which were affected due to the revolt. Let us see the happenings and events around the country. First of all, Jhansi. Rani Lakshmi Bai was one of the important rulers who revolted against the British because they did not accept her adopted son as a ruler. She joined hand with Tantia Tope and together they captured Gwalior. Her courage was appreciated even by British commanders. But she died in 1858 while fighting against the British. Next was Kanpur. It was Nana Sahib who led the troop at Kanpur. He called himself the Peshwa. He was also supported by Tantia Tope and Azimullah. When the British captured Kanpur, Nana Sahib fled to Nepal. Kunwar Singh of Jagdishpur led the revolt in central India and Uttar Pradesh. He extended supports to sepoys at Lucknow and Kanpur but soon died in 1858. The another place of revolt was Delhi. Bahadur Shah Zafar was made the leader of the revolt by the soldiers from Meerut, but he was captured and deported to Rangoon. This brought about the end of Mughal Empire in India. The revolt also took place at Awadh. Begum Hazrat Mahal made her minor son the Nawab of Awadh. The British army took refuge in a building near Gomti river. The sepoys set fire to the building and Henry Lawrence was killed in the fire. Colin Campbell marched with his troop and captured Awadh. Lord Canning, the Governor-General, mobilized all the forces and took help from the commanders and suppressed the revolt. The British had a tough time but used brutal methods to suppress the revolt. Now we will discuss what were the causes for the failure of the revolt. The revolt failed in spite of the efforts of the sepoys. The main reasons were: number 1, the revolt was confined to certain areas and did not spread all over India. Now look at the map. These were the main centers of the revolt. Secondly, the Indian rulers were not organized and trained. They did not have a proper plan. They used outdated weapons. Many Indian rulers and nobles like Nizams, Holkars, Sindhias and the Rajput princes were loyal to the British. The educated Indians remained loyal to the British due to their selfish intentions. These all were the main causes of the revolt. Now, what were its effects? The East India Company's rule in India came to an end and Queen Victoria took over the administration in 1858. A Secretary of State was appointed who replaced the board of directors. The Governor-General was made the Viceroy and he was subordinate to the Secretary of State. The army was reorganized. Queen Victoria's proclamation was passed in 1858. According to the proclamation, the Indian princes were given assurance that no further annexation will be made by the British. The Queen also promised that there will be no interference in the religious and social practices of the people. A general pardon was given to all rebels, even for those who killed the British people. The revolt brought people closer and aroused patriotic feeling among the Indians. Thus, the revolt of 1857, which was a memorable turning point in the history of India, left its mark even though it was not successful. It brought people closer and paved the way for nationalism. That's all about the chapter. Thank you, students.